Alright, on this episode of Dragon Ball Z, will Goku be drawn or not? I'm going to teach you this time how to draw Goku, man. I'm excited. I used to love this show. Step 1, you gotta go Super Saiyan! Yeah! So let's get started. For this drawing, I'm going to start with the hair. I think doing the hair first is easy, being that it's going to cover, the head, so it'll be in the closer up. So start first with the little line in, like that, and then another line out. So you have this little zigzag. This is the side of the hair. And then another line out. And this line, it's going to extend just a little bit past this line. And actually make this line a little lower. And make sure the points are nice and pointy. Make this line, so that's going to extend a little bit past there. And that's going to go up. And it's going to extend to about where that line is. So, about right like that. Then this line comes out and goes a little bit above that line. That's your first hair. The hair is about that wide. Now let's continue down this way. This hair goes longer than that hair, and it arches downward like that, and then arches in. And this arch is going to be about right there. So imagine there's a line there, it's going to end about right there. And it's going to be about as long as from there to there. So that same amount of space. And then this one, come here like that, and arch it back down. And it's going to just go like that there. And you have one more spike. And we'll worry about that last spike. Oh, actually we'll put it in. It extends there and it goes beyond that point. And actually this point is a little bit further that way. It doesn't have to be exact, but as long as you get the hair, then you have one more point. And that's the left side of the hair. And then to continue where we left off, right here, almost straight vertical up. And it meets at a point, and once again the paper, I'm drawing off paper like an idiot. I need to get bigger papers. But then it goes down and dips down, and it dips. See where that point is? It doesn't go there, but just barely, if there's a line there, just above that line. And then a little arch. That's where the head is, and the arch comes down, and it ends about right there. And then another arch outward. And the hair is probably the most complicated part. To be honest, it's probably the most part you'll spend time on. Then this arch, the length of this is about the length of this and that. So about that length that I just sketched, that's about as long. So about that. Then it arches down. And it arches a little bit above that point. So like that. And then another arch coming downward, and it extends a little bit beyond that, and comes in, and then goes out again, another arch, and the final line ends right there, just above that line. So that's the basic outline of the hair. Jeez, I got 5 minutes. That took forever. And then right where this point is, this point you made here, there's going to be a blade of hair coming out. It goes like that. And just sketch it and it curves and goes about right back up. So you have this nice blade of hair. Then another one that curves in and fits a little bit above that one. And this one curves almost all the way back. Almost all the way back to where this one was. Almost all the way back up to this. See where this point is? It goes all the way up that high. and it ends about right where this line is. Then you have another piece of another hair, and it goes like that and makes a loop. Just kind of curves like this, and it goes a little bit lower than that point. Another curve, curves up, inward, and like that. And right where this end is going to be the ear. So you can make, just for now, sketch the ear in. Goes out, and little earlobe. So that's the hair. The hair took a long time. The reason it took so long is because you're dealing with a lot of different geometric shapes. So now for the face, start with the subtle line here. It's going to dip down, and it's going to end where the chin ends, about right at this point. So once again, mark with your mind, use those points, and the chin just very gently swoops, then goes up, and it goes up this way, angles upward, and goes where the ear is. So it goes all the way back like that. Actually, I'm going to make it dip a little lower. I'm sorry. So make it come down a little bit lower, and then upward. More like that. That looks a lot better. That's a big difference. So just make the length a little longer. And once again, we're not going to worry about the face. But right here where this is, it arches in, and it just makes a line. See how that line curves? The line is curving inward. It's curving like that. Well, like that. It's curving out a little, but it's kind of a straight line. It's very important, because that's very important, because if you watch a lot of anime and things, that's how the face will come, and it'll have a smooth edge that comes out. And it's very, very important you get the line out right. And then for the eye, the bottom of this eye is about right there. It's the mark, right level, almost level with the hair. And you're just going to curve the eye. Just a curve. And we're just going to mark it for now, and we'll go back and do it. But the nose, tip of the nose, just put a mark there. It's about where that hair is. And then comes back. Just lightly put a tip in. The mouth is small. The mouth is right there. And it ends about right on that side. Just very slightly sketch that in. And for the other eye, just sketch it. It goes middle of the ear almost. Well, about right here. This line, I'm terribly sorry. For some reason, I'm not drawn as good, but this line I made a little bit too low. It comes here, and then it curves. I need to just get in the flow like normal, but then it curves. So this line, just raise it a little higher. I'm really sorry about this tonight. And then the ear. Then the ear goes there. So the bottom of this meets almost with that. And then you mark it a little like sketch, and then the eye will come in like this. So draw a line down. Then another line comes down here. Almost lines with that. So that's the basic facial. Now the rest should be hard. I have trouble drawing faces in anime style and things. But then the neck comes down. Get the muscle here. Then another muscle behind it. And we will continue with part 2. But the rest should be a lot easier. So part 2, I'm really sorry for a few mistakes. But thank goodness that's what racers are for and stuff. But let's do this, part 2. So what we're going to work on now is just the rest of the body. This part shouldn't take as long. And I extended my paper because I'm going to draw out of it. But here we left off here. Make the muscle come down and arches down like that. I love drawing the muscles on these characters. Then you have a muscle in the back like that. And this comes in. And the way the pectoral muscles is, it's almost like this loop. It's almost like a circle just jutting out. Real muscular. Man, these characters are tough. Then you have another one coming. Like that. So there's the pectoral muscles. Then behind it you're going to have the cloth. So for the arm, here's a good thing. I'm going to draw a guideline. I don't normally do this, but this is good for action pose. And just a guideline that goes about that far, and that just marks how far. So the end of his shoulder is going to be about where that tip of hair is. It's going to end about right here, so just do a guideline. And then for the other line, it's going to go out a little bit further. Out to about right here. It's going to end about right there. So just draw that guideline, it'll help. And then for the rest, you have a line coming in like that. And it goes up. Oh my gosh. And then this comes up. And continue that line down the back of the neck muscle. And remember, this is the cloth, so you want to make it look like cloth. So make that come up, and then this comes downward, like so. Then this comes up, and just overlaps, because he's going to have the cloth again, and overlaps. And it comes down, and make the rest of the marks like this. It comes down, and it ends almost right there. This is the line. Just loops over, and this part comes down. You have these lines. It just loops around. This is where the muscle is. For the muscle, the arm, just slightly sketch. The length of it is about from there to there. The muscle's a little longer. Huge muscles. So just slightly start getting it in there. Then I'm just going to draw the arm in. Like so. Then you have the deltoid that comes in and makes this little circle form. And it just wraps around. So draw another circle. Then another line there. So it comes like that, and then you have the back of the muscle coming in. And where this is, that's going to be the cloth. All this is the cloth, so don't worry about that now. You can shade it in. Then this muscle, the way the I can't talk tonight, this is weird. The way the anatomy looks on Dragon Ball Z, it's got, you know, the anatomy that the arm should have, but it's also in a fashion that's very linear, so you want to exaggerate that. So bring this out, and then for the second part, circle, and then this comes out here, and it lines up almost with that. Bring that, then bring another line up, and then this line just curves, and it goes inward. And then there's a wristband, just lightly sketch that in. Then the hand will be below that. So the hand will be down here. But that's the right arm. So far that's what's going on. And then where the muscle is here, draw a line coming down. And it's going to arch, make it a thick line because it's the outside, you know, you want